friends, welcome to 21 Days of Code series with Ozone. Today I am here with the first problem for the day 12. The problem name is the k strongest values in an array. So let's begin with reading the problem statement and trying to understand the problem first. Given an array of integers arr and an integer k, the value arr of I, that is the value at ith index of this array, is said to be stronger than the value at jth index if the modulus of arr I minus m is greater than modulus of arr j minus m, where m is the median of the array. If the modulus of arr I minus m is equal to the modulus of arr j minus m, then arr I is said to be stronger than arr of j if arr of I is greater than arr of j. Return a list of the strongest k values in the array. Return the answer in any arbitrary order. So order is not important. Median is the middle value in an ordered integer list. More formally, if the length of the list is n, the median is the element in position n minus 1 by 2 in the sorted list. That is zero index list. They have given two examples so that you understand what median is, but probably we already know what median is. So let's try to break down this problem first. We need to return the k strongest value in an array. How do you know whether a particular value is stronger than other value? Then they have given two conditions for that, and if the values satisfy either of the two conditions, then you can simply add it to the return list. तो हम बात करते हैं अब वो कंडीशन कौन कौन सी है. पहली कंडीशन हमें दी हुई है कि जो पर्टिकुलर ith इंडेक्स पे वैल्यू है उसमें से अगर हम मीडियम माइनस करते हैं और उसका मॉड्यूलस लेते हैं, मतलब एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यू जो उसकी है अगर वो किसी jth इंडेक्स की वैल्यू और मीडियन के डिफरेंस से बड़ी है, तो जो ith इंडेक्स पे वैल्यू है वो jth इंडेक्स की वैल्यू से स्ट्रॉन्गर है. ये हुई पहली कंडीशन. और दूसरी कंडीशन है कि अगर जो एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यूज हैं वो इक्वल हुई तो arr तभी स्ट्रॉन्ग होगा, arr मतलब ith इंडेक्स की वैल्यू तभी स्ट्रॉन्ग होगी jth इंडेक्स की वैल्यू से जब कि ith इंडेक्स की वैल्यू jth इंडेक्स की वैल्यू से बड़ी हो. तो ये दो कंडीशंस है जिनका हमें ध्यान रखते हुए ये क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करना है. तो आइए हम एक एग्जांपल की तरफ बढ़ते हैं ताकि हम बेहतर समझ पाएं कि क्वेश्चन हमें पूछना क्या चाह रहा है. तो इफ यू सी दिस फर्स्ट एग्जांपल हियर, the values in the given array are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and as you can see these values are already sorted in this particular example, but as the question doesn't mention us whether the values will be sorted or not, so we will first sort the values before beginning the process when we will be writing the code. So here, considering that these values are already sorted and the given value of k is 2, so our first goal is to calculate the median. Median, as you know, is the middlemost value in a sorted array. So here the median will be 3. So for this first value, the stronger value will be modulus of 1 minus 3, that is 2. So let's keep a track of the values that we are getting after the calculations. So the value at index 0, it will become absolute value of 1 minus 3, that is 2. For the case when I is equal to 1, it will become 1, then 0, then again 1, then 2. So these are the values that we get, but all these values are now associated with a particular key. For example, this 1 is associated with the stronger value of 2, 2 with 1, 3 with 0, 4 with 1 and again 5 with 2. So as you can see that the strongest value amongst here is R, 2 and 2, and they belong to the numbers 1 and 5. So if we try to get the strongest two values, we can simply return 1 and 5. So moving on further with the other example, 1, 1, 3, 5, 5. Here also the median is 3 and the stronger values, we'll be noting it down here. So 3 minus 1, that is 2, 2, 0, 2, 2. And here we are asked to return this two strongest values. But as you can see, we have 4 2's here. So which of the 4 2's do you wish to return? So here we'll be using the condition number 2, that is, if the absolute values are equal, then a value is said to be stronger only if arr of I is greater than arr of j. So naturally 5 is greater than 1, so we'll be first prioritizing the return values of 5. So if we just try to filter these values in an order of the order according to the second condition, we'll have 5 at index 0, then this 5 at index 1, index 2, index 3 and finally 3 at index 4. And we are asked to return just the first two values, so we'll be returning 5, 5. I hope I was able to clearly explain you what the problem is trying to ask and the naive algorithm behind this problem. So now let's move towards the coding part, where I'll be further explaining you what logics we'll be using to solve this problem. So this is our LeetCode IDE. So first of all, we'll be calculating the length of the given array, and that we'll be using multiple times to iterate the loops. After that, we'll be sorting the array as discussed. After that, we'll be calculating the median, which we'll be requiring for further calculations. And after this, we'll be using a tree map. We need to store the values of this given array and associate them with the stronger values. So we'll be using a tree map for that purpose, and then we'll be iterating over the given array, where key is the absolute value of the value at a particular index in the given array minus median. Then we'll be having a list where we'll be storing all such values that are associated with this particular strongest thing. Like for the case when we had the stronger values of 2 associated with the values 5 and 1, and we wanted to return the greater values only. So that to solve that purpose, we'll be using a list of integers so that we can associate multiple key values with the values of the given array. So we'll be using a list for that. A list is equal to map.get or default key, and if that key doesn't exist, then we'll be having a new array list. We'll be adding this particular array element into that array list, and finally we'll be putting it into the map. Now we want to return an array of size k as demanded by the question, so we'll just initialize our array first. We'll be initializing our index, that is the particular index in which our values need to be stored. Then we'll be iterating over the map until it is not empty, and a should obviously be lesser than k because that's the maximum permissible limit for us to be returned. Then we'll be getting the list of integers back from the map according to the keys, and as it is a tree map, the keys are already sorted in increasing order. So we'll be just getting the last key from the tree map and using that list. Then we'll be sorting that list and we'll be reversing it. Why reversing? Because of the second condition, if ARR I is greater than ARR of j. After that, we'll be initializing a temporary variable called t so that we can use it for the iteration of the loops that will be feeding the values in the return array. Then we have an for loop to fill in the values. Ret of a is equal to list.getI, then a plus plus, and at the last we'll be removing that key so that if we are still left with more capacity in the return array, we can use the key after the last key, and towards the end we'll simply return this array. Now let's try to run this code. Alright, looks good. Now we'll try to submit this code. Perfect, it got accepted. Thanks for watching.